it's like, dude, you got your own life that you need to be worried about. But he's still like, yeah, but I would not be who I am if it wasn't for this community. Yeah. After everything he's going through, man. Like, the dude takes, man.
Yeah, like I said, he seems like a great dude. And he's fighting for what's right.
Yeah.
And it's only right, and it's only helpful to everyone in the end. Like, we could all be getting paid rather than just a small collection of people getting paid.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers Podcast.
We made it.
What's up, Smoke Dog?
Man, just I've been chasing hobbies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been into the RC cars much lately. I've gotten into building modifications of 1/64th scale diecast cars.
English, please.
Hot Wheels.
Okay. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I've always had a pretty large collection of Hot Wheels anyway, because I've always been into cars, but I got back into it when my son was playing with them, you know, so I started collecting them again, and I have a pretty big collection. But lately, I've been taking them fools apart, rebuilding them to make them go faster, and I'm going to enter a tournament.
You talking about the ones that you put on, like, the track, and they zzz?
Yeah, no, like, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
the
ones
on a
that
track.
you just go down? Oh,
Gravity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Heck yeah, man. Everybody should have a hobby, man.
Yeah, I'm going to enter some tournaments coming up soon.
What's your best car?
It's a Cadillac V16. That's my fastest one.
Listen to this dude. Sound like a kid on Christmas morning talking about my Cadillac V16. That's my fastest.
Yeah. Dude, gotta have hobbies, man.
Yeah, everybody should have hobbies.
Yeah.
With me, man, you know, just the fights happened this past Saturday. Do you ever do parlays on like football stuff like that? Like,
not really, nah.
Man,
I just do fantasy.
We did a parlay, dude, and it was our biggest hit. It was a good one, man.
Got a good one?
We got a good one. I won't disclose numbers here today, but it was a pretty good one, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Not only that, looking forward to my next trip to Mexico. I was gonna say my next trip to vacation. My next trip to Mexico, and yeah, man, just looking forward to the future and good things to come, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Get a hobby. Go vacate somewhere. Go out and try new food. Go do something.
Yeah, get something that you're really into. Something you're passionate about.
Yes, man. So, if you guys are new here, what we do on our podcast is we always read the top three comments from the previous podcast. And do you remember the topic of last podcast, Smokey?
Yeah, it was about AI.
Yes.
Should artists sue the creators?
Yes. Should artists sue the creators of these AI videos out there? All right. So, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just lost it here. Sorry. Give me 1 second, Smoke Dog. Come on. Back me up here.
Yeah. It was a pretty interesting topic, man. We got a lot of discussion in the comment section. Absolutely. And so, see, what's crazy is it was kind of split. Some people were like, yeah, they should, and some people were like, well, no, because it's a complete new work of art, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was people on both sides of the equation.
All right, I got the number 3 most liked comment from that podcast. Number 3 most liked comment from that podcast comes from Nagel Lisa. Says, hell yeah, BS. Psst, whooped. You know, psst, whooped is.
Yeah.
Don't smoke your dope alone. Think and face what is real, then treat yourself. You can't run from life. Wake up, be enlightened to everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sounds like some good words to live by, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Our number 2 most liked comment from that podcast comes from Shan5. Shan5 says, ugh, I'm getting really tired of YouTube deleting my comments. I was trying to say something, but now I'm done. Whatever. See how AI got you there, Shan?
Yeah. Oh, they do that, though, man. It's crazy how many comments get deleted.
Yeah.
Like,
and it just be normal stuff, too.
Yeah, and with that one, it showed up on a completely different video from like months
crazy.
ago.
It's like, how? YouTube, look.
Yeah. It's weird.
We're trying to play by the rules as best as we can.
Yeah.
Even though this topic today might be a little...
Yeah.
But the number 1 most liked comment comes from Don Jackson. Don Jackson says, you have no choice. Sad? but true Hollywood. So
Yeah.
you have no choice
About AI, right?
about AI.
You don't. You really don't, because they're not gonna stop. Like, we can complain all we want, they're not gonna stop putting it out. So
You have no choice.
Yep.
We'll
we'll just wait until the
deal
day
with
they
it.
take over.
That's it, man.
If they haven't already.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they're definitely infiltrating to the point where I think they might have a 95%
There's a
chokehold on.
stranglehold, yeah.
Yes, man. Now, today's topic. This one is near and dear to our heart because this doesn't only affect us. This not only affects, one of our favorite artists that we've discovered on this channel, but it also affects the entire reaction community.
Mm-hmm.
And the title is how Ren is backing the reaction community, Smokey.
Yeah, absolutely. He has put out a couple posts about this recently. And it appears that a certain music group has been copyright striking many reaction channels. And so far, I mean, full disclosure, we've been very lucky that we have not been one of them so far. So go ahead, knock on wood.
Knocked on wood.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody watching this, just knock on wood, please.
Yeah,
please.
definitely. I mean, I guess we've had the fortune or misfortune to not be monetized on 99% of our videos.
See,
So we have that going for us. It's probably a good and a bad thing at the same time.
yeah, and we'll get into why Ren is so passionate about this. And I know we always say we try to keep religion and politics out of what we do here as much as we possibly can. And I would argue me and Smokey would agree that we try to keep finances out of this as much as possible. I mean, but if we're being honest, reactors don't make barely anything.
Yeah.
And
It's a very minimal.
very. And guys, we put a video out every day, sometimes 2 a day for almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
Been doing it for quite some time. And it's like we don't do it for the monetary gain. We don't do
Yeah.
it for, the spoils that come with this. But what it is we do it because we enjoy music. We enjoy interacting with the community. We enjoy listening to new things. We enjoy opening our mind and finding out what this song is about. What's this drummer about? What's this bassist about? What's this guitarist about? Who's the greatest singer in this genre? Who's the greatest singer of that? We want to be educated about different things in the music industry. But the sad thing about it is which it kind of can tie over to what you were saying with your AI situation, is if we don't own the rights to this music. So sure, we may talk and, give our analysis and do our editings behind it. But if we're doing reactions to music, we don't get anything from it. And with the AI thing you were talking about is we don't own any rights to these songs that we're reacting to. So in a way, I get it. We shouldn't get paid from it.
Yeah.
I
mean, you could see both sides of it, right? Because really the content that we're putting out is content that we made. We're using somebody else's music to make our own content. So you can't say, well, if they are paying for it, through ad revenue, obviously, because YouTube is free to the average viewer. I guess there are exceptions for YouTube Premium or whatever, but the average viewer is watching for free, but YouTubers get paid through ad revenue. Now, the content we create also involves our own works in creation, in making a reaction video, but you have to use the artist's music to create that. So you can definitely see both sides of the spectrum there. That, it's kind of hard to get paid when you're using somebody else's music.
Right.
But also, we are putting our time and work into this and creating something that's brand new using another work of art.
And in that case, I think that's what Ren is saying. Ren is saying, I so see Ren's side. Ren is like, dude, I mean, we've read the things that Ren has put it out on X and stuff, and he's like, I wasn't hip to the reaction community. I wasn't hip to it. But then when I got wind of it, and it's like, wait a minute, these are just people who want to hear new music. And not only do they hear it, but they're subscribers. And then their subscribers tell their friends. And their friends tell their friends. And so on and so on. So not only does it help the artist get their music out, and tell everyone about, the music that they heard on whatever channel you guys enjoy to watch. But it's like they're getting punished for that. And in the form of copyright strikes, like Smokey said, we're putting our time, our effort into these things when we're not asking for the world. We don't even, we're not looking for it at all. I don't think any reaction channel would sit here and say, hey, we want it all. No, we just want to tell y'all how we feel about the music, show y'all what we think. And Ren is on one hand saying, listen, man, there's a certain music group out there who's like, look, y'all are shooting yourself in the foot because y'all don't understand that the publicity that these hundreds of thousands, hell, probably millions of reaction channels out there are spreading these reactions out to music, which in turn helps you. But the label wants, I need it all, instead of, you know what, here you go. And we're talking about labels that own music. And when I say music, I'm talking about music. They own everything.
Yeah, it's a really big one. I don't know if they are the biggest, but if you look through their list of artists, they have hundreds and hundreds of artists. So yeah, they are one of the very big companies in the music industry and entertainment industry in general. And they own the rights to that music, and apparently they are shutting down some people for using that music.
Yeah.
And Ren's making the point that, like, hey, I know the greed is blinding at this point in time, that you're like, oh, I'm losing, $85 to that creator and $75 to this creator. But in the long run, you're making more money because the music is being spread farther and wider than it would have been just by placing it on the internet and letting the internet do its thing. You have creators out here who are discovering new music, telling other people about the new music, and passing that on, and then your artist gets so much bigger because, and that's why the YouTube, the YouTube artists, the people that actually came up in the YouTube era, tend to be good with it, sharing the revenue. And sometimes, in the case of Ren, he'll let the reactors have all of the
100%.
music because he knows how vital that is to getting his music out there. And it's helping him grow. I mean, if it wasn't for the reaction community, Ren probably wouldn't be as big as he is.
How far are you going to be? How far do you get out there? And you're right. I mean, the reaction, and we were blind. I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for Smokey, but I was blind going into the react when we started doing reactions.
Yeah.
I was not aware how loving, how embraceful this community was of reactors. Like, shout out to Two Rock and Granny. Shout out to Knox Hill. I don't want to miss anybody out, but there's the whole reaction community.
Oh, there's a ton.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to name.
Yeah, you'll be here all day.
But we are a community that tries to stick together. And salute to Ren, because he's like, dude, like Smokey said, I need it all. But it's like, dude, if you just let the music get out there, eventually all that money that you're worried about, $80, $70, $60, $50, that's chump change. Let's look at it in a 5-year mark. That 5-year mark, not only did you eat, but it's almost like, I wonder if Ren's looking at it like they don't want other people to eat. Like, it's just gimme. You think that's what it is?
Yeah, well, I think so. I think the big labels have always been about that, right? Like, hey, this is our stuff. I mean, even though, you basically worked out a deal to get the rights to that music. You didn't create it yourself. But they're like, since we own it, we are going to be litigious about it, right? So, but the thing is nowadays, most reactors are like us. They're not making anything off these videos. And that's the majority. There was this thing back in the early days of the reaction community where you would pause ever so often.
We've never done that.
So that it kind of trips the censors.
See, to
me, where you can get paid off of it.
See, now, in a way, I don't agree with that. I mean, if that's your style of reacting, by all means do it. But it's like you're trying to get through
you're trying to get through the loopholes.
And I get it, but
when the loopholes close, then you find yourself in trouble.
Exactly. And not only that, I find it less enjoyable, not only for the consumer, but for the listener. You know, us listening into it, it's like, I don't want to pause it every 3 seconds. Like, I want to hear the song in its entirety. And I've seen hundreds of comments where you guys like, thank God you guys don't pause it. Thank God y'all don't pause it. And it's like, to me, that's how music is supposed to be heard.
Yeah, in full.
In full. It's not supposed to be
work. Yeah.
Look at this photograph. Stop.
What do you think he's talking about with that photograph?
I don't know. What kind of picture frame do you think it is?
I don't know. It looks like what my aunt had on her wall.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, let's check it out.
Go ahead and hit play.
I forgot what comes after that.
But every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Oh, what is he laughing at though? Hell, I'd have forgot what the first thing he was talking about because you didn't made me wait. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where just, I don't know.
See, when I was first discovering reaction videos, that was the thing that bothered me too. Like, you know, it was mostly rap that I would see back then, you know, and this was around the time that we started doing it ourselves. But they would pause after almost every bar, and I'm like, dude, this is not a way that you're supposed to consume music. Like, I get it. Like, I know what you're doing. I see your angle there and how you're trying to get around the rules there. But, dude, it's not as enjoyable to me. So, therefore, we decided right from the beginning that we're just going to play the songs through. We're going to listen to them as they're supposed to be, and we will make our comments after it's over. We do throw a word or two here and there.
But we don't pause it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
we don't. And if we do, it's at the very beginning, or if something's just like being like, oh wait, we got to bring this up. You know?
And then we just started over and played all the way through.
Yeah. And you had mentioned in the hip hop sense with Ren, you know, I'm sure Ren would consider himself just an artist, but Ren does dabble in hip hop. You know, he dabbles in hip hop, and us being two rappers who've been making rap music for damn near the majority of our lives, rap music is when you're writing and you're performing it, like, you may set up something on the first half of a bar and it may not make sense until 6 bars later. So you didn't miss the whole everything between those 5.5 bars. It's like, oh, pause it. It's like, yeah, but if you heard it in its entirety, then you'd be like, oh. But instead, like, the Mona Lisa, Kendrick Lamar, God dang, he
forgot the line.
No, hold on, I got it. Where was, dang it, you know the part where I'm talking about. He was like, I heard you like rappers too. He was like, matter of fact, give me your phone.
He's
you
on your
with
ringtone.
Wayne, give me your tone. If you just stopped, he was like, oh, he's taking the phone right now. But if you just play it that one bar, he on your ringtone. You didn't think he was gonna say ringtone, talking about the phone. It's just let it play, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's the way it was meant to be consumed. You know, otherwise, the artist would be pausing in the middle of the song anyway. So. Yeah, that's why we don't do it. And like I said, we've been lucky that we didn't do that from the beginning, because regardless of how many videos have been monetized, which it has been very few, that's probably keeping us away at the time. Now, how deep will this music group go into copyright striking YouTubers is the question.
Well, before we get on that, Ren was specifically talking about this music group. That means Ren has to have some contractual agreement.
Well, I think
with them, right?
I don't think so. I don't think it has to do with his music at all. I think it's because he has made friends in the reaction community, and those people are coming to him now and like, hey, I've reacted to all your songs so far. Looks like it won't be any more in the future because I have 3, some people saying 4 copyright strikes against my channel, and if they go through, they're going to shut the channel down. So that's the thing, and that's bad for YouTube also. So I'm sure YouTube, it would be in their best interest to not do that, because some of these reaction channels have upwards of 1 million viewers or subscribers.
And we've seen... And man, it's so crazy because we've seen comments where, people say, how do you guys not have 1 million subscribers right now? Well, because we're not your typical reaction channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We do things a little differently.
Because we make more of like podcasts rather than just a simple reaction
We'll
video.
make a whole podcast about one song.
Yeah.
Basically. That's what it is. We need to find a word for that.
Yeah.
We've been doing this long enough. We should have come up with a word for this now.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're not...
you know, some people aren't used to that, and it seems abrasive to some people at first. But we've had many viewers that will stumble across our video the first time and go, "Oh my God, stop talking and just play the song." Well, what you don't understand is that, first of all, that would be very boring to us to just play the song, cut the video off when it's done. Like, what is the point in that anyway? And for two, we have to add our work to the video to make it our work rather than just playing the song. And if you don't really like it, just go play the song yourself and enjoy it that way. But dang it, now I forgot the original point I was making.
Well, to add to that, you had mentioned 2 points. The third part is the name of the channel is called The Trash Talkers.
Yeah.
And me and Smokey do the talking.
Yeah.
You guys are the trash talkers. But at the same time, you said we have to talk to make it our work. We're not even asking for it to be 100% our work, because it's not. It's I would say it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
We get us talking at the beginning about the song, you get the song, and you get us giving our analysis about the song. It's like to me it sounds like a greed thing. And I think I salute Ren for that. I salute Ren for saying, dude, you don't have to be so greedy. Like there's enough money out here for everybody. And man,
to finish my thought though, I was saying that the commenters sometimes come in at first when they first stumble across our videos, and they are kind of upset about it. You know, it's just like, oh my God, stop talking and just play the song. You know, but those people tend to stick around for a while. They get used to our personalities or whatever. You'll see those people who really hated on it at first. Sometimes they come around, and then a year later, they're an everyday commenter and, you know, talking about how much they love the channel. And that's not bragging or being narcissistic. It's just saying that sometimes you have to give a new format a shot. Yeah. You know, and then it grows on you, you know. It's like an acquired taste.
I mean, well, not just that. I mean, but we live in a day and age where we live in a microwavable, you know, attention span era, where it's got to be, give it to me now. I've always said this, and I'll always stand by this, that our viewers, like you said, there are a select few that come around and just like, stop talking, play the song. Yeah. But I will always stand by that. I feel like we make our, like we call it almost like a podcast, but we make it for people who at work. You know, you're at work, you got your headphones.
Throw it on and listen.
You driving a 12-hour drive. You know what? I like Pink Floyd. They did 14 Pink Floyd songs. I'm just gonna drive and see what they say about Pink Floyd. We make it for the people who, you know, who don't need the instant gratification, who are okay with, you know, a long.
Yeah.
You know
long
what I mean?
form. Yeah, long form reaction channels.
Yes. Oh, that's what you want to call it.
Maybe that's the word or the phrase. The long form reaction.
But so you don't think, I almost want to look this up. You don't think Ren has any contractual obligation with, man?
Nah. I mean, for one, like we've said, he is sharing monetization with us in the first place.
Thank you.
With all of the reactions community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ren seems like a really stand-up dude.
I agree, man. I mean, and not only that, but Ren he's you know, shouted us out or shouted out the reacting community, and we appreciate that. We really do. But it's I don't know who the hell Ren Gill. Oh, Ren is actually signed to Sony. Okay.
So, he's getting with the big times these days.
Ren, don't you turn, boy. We just made this whole podcast. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, Ren. I'm joking with you, man.
Hey, that's what happens when you make great music and you blow up. You know, your rights and publishing and whatnot. They sometimes go off to bigger companies, and sometimes that's what you need, man. There are those certain artists that just stay underground for life, you know, and they're happy that way. But if you're an artist, you want your music to reach as many people as possible, because you want to touch as many lives as you can during your career. So,
and I think that's what Ren is saying about the reaction community. I don't care if I make 100% of the profit. I want it to reach as many people as possible. If I put it out there, and other like Harry Mack's a good one. Harry Mack, you know, every song I think we've done, he's like, I don't care. Just get it out there. Show people how incredible my skills are.
Yeah.
Ren, an amazing artist, songwriter, videographer. I mean, just good at what he does. He just wants it out there. I F with that, man. I don't know, man. It also brings up the point where what is it about these record labels that, with Ren being signed with Sony, you think Sony's a huge record label, huge. Yeah. Do you think at some point, I would argue that he has it somewhere in his contract that he's like, listen, I will sign to your label, pay me for this music, but however, I want the reaction community to still be able to put music out and get something from it. I feel like he negotiated that somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can. If they want you that bad, they'll, bend somewhat to your wishes. I don't know. I mean, I can't really speak on it because I don't know anything about his contract or whatever. But yeah, but Sony is one of those mega corporations in the music industry for sure.
Let me tell you what's crazy though. If I'm not mistaken, I think he owns Sony.
You think? I don't know. I thought Sony was completely.
Let's see.
Independent. I mean, it's Sony.
God dang! I just said the owner too. The group we were talking about.
Yeah.
No, they don't actually. Okay, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know they were French. That's interesting.
Oh, I thought they were Japanese.
Sony?
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
No,
originally.
I was talking that music group. They're actually French.
Okay.
Wow, man. I don't know, man. I salute it because. Let me ask you this though. Let's say you get approached. And you're like, I know your personality, but I guess I'll just ask you for the sake of the trash talkers watching this, is if you get approached by a major record label and they say, hey, we're going to sign you to 3 albums and we're going to put your music out there. You could get 80% of your profits and we get 20%, or you could get 60% of your profits and the reaction community get 20, and then we get 20. I mean, I know as a noble thing you're gonna say on camera, of course I do the 60.
Oh, everybody's gonna say it.
Yeah, on camera.
Right now, but
you see,
that is tough.
You see,
yeah. Well, see, but that's the thing though. Record labels will sign artists, and if they don't perform in that first year, then they will throw them away.
Yeah.
Like I guess it's cool for like what you're saying. They're like guaranteeing a 3-album deal or whatever, and they're gonna put the marketing behind you. Then that's cool. But if not, you have to find out a way to promote yourself, and the reaction community is one of the best ways these days to promote yourself.
That's so. If I was,
so you might be better off taking the 60% over 80%.
Because like Ren had said earlier, you're looking at it at the today.
And the chances of you getting 80% is really unrealistic
unless
anyway.
you Cash Money or Master P.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're them.
Yeah, you're completely. You could go independent if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, but I would argue. Well, that's what Ren's saying. He's saying, hey, I'm okay with taking the 60. I may not get it all now, but I'll live off that forever and ever and ever because it's just gonna keep people are gonna continue to react, and the reaction videos are out there, man.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who's not greedy. If everyone can eat, let's eat. If you bring something to the table, here's your plate of food. You spread my music out, here's your plate of food. I don't need to be like, this is all mine. Like, come on, man. That's lame to me, dude.
I know. That reminds me of what we were talking about, how Serge showed up at the cover band performance.
Yeah.
And actually jumped in with him, and I was like, you don't see that much in the hip-hop community, because if a rapper walks up and says, hey, you're performing my song, that's my song. Yeah. You ain't performing that, and it's kind of crazy how it differs from genre to genre like that. But
if y'all don't know what he's talking about, we have a video coming out very soon, and we saw a clip where there was like a cover band. I want to think they were called Victims of a Down, if I'm not mistaken. And Serge just happened to be walking the streets, and they were doing aerials, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in and I'll do the lead singles. And they were like, this is freaking Surge. And Surge was just smiling, clapping up with them. Like, he's out there like, man, y'all are just spreading. As an artist, dude, to see something you physically wrote on paper, you physically strummed those notes, you physically played those keys. Yeah. And to see someone else do it, to me, that's just the ultimate form of appreciation. Yeah. It's like, dude, I appreciate it, man.
The most sincere form of flattery, as they say. And it really is, right? If you are great enough to have a cover band doing your stuff, you made it, bro.
Damn.
Nothing to complain about at that point. I mean, I guess hip-hop's a little different where it's not really intriguing to cover, like, say, I'm going to be, I don't know, Jigga What, the cover band of Jay-Z.
Okay. Jigga.
Yeah,
okay? Jigga. All right.
Or Yeezus McBeezus.
Oh, Lord. Kanye Yeezus. Come on, bro. Come on. We too close to Jigga and Yeezus. Give me something else, man. Come on.
What's another good?
Oh, Lord. If you say Uncle Cracker, I'm walking off. I'm walking off, bro.
You think he's got a cover band out there?
I'm sure he got an Uncle. Yeah. Uncle Tom. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, but look at it like this. But what if that is a phrase, imitation is the ultimate form of flattery. Now, what if there's a YouTube channel who does exactly what we do? And it's called the Crap Talkers. And it's Hollywood 5 and Drinky Ramirez. I mean,
that would be ridiculous.
They're the Crap Talkers. It's a cover YouTube channel. It's a cover channel.
After I watched it, once I stopped laughing, I would figure out how I felt about it, because that is hilarious.
I mean, Hollywood 5 and Drinky Ramirez. I mean, they look just like us, they talk just like us, but they from New York, and they say, "Yo, B, yo, dog, yo, son, here's what we doing today, dog."
Dude,
yo, B.
That would be hilarious, though. I don't even know if I could be mad, because that would be hilarious.
And you know what? This is how much non-haters we are. If y'all want to take that,
yes,
go for it.
I want to see that. I will watch your videos if you do that.
Yeah. We definitely subscribe.
Yeah, God. Absolutely. I want to see what they come up with next.
Hollywood 5 and Drinky Ramirez. Man.
They're wearing New York hats instead of Atlanta hats.
Yo, dog, son. You see this fresh pair of Timberland boots, dog? I ain't hating on nobody up there. But no, man, it's a give and take thing, man. You want profit. You want credit for the art that you make. Mm-hmm. You want people to share. You want people to enjoy the music, the art that you make. And at the same time, the record label is pushing you. That is a machine that is going to push you out there. However, in Ren's case, or what Ren is saying is like, man, you just don't have to. Don't shut someone's channel down 100%.
Well, it's going to negatively affect his business in the end.
Well, yeah. Well, not only that, but the record label.
Channels. What do you do? What?
I think it'll affect the record label negatively too.
Probably will. Yeah, in the end. Yeah. Yeah, because their artists aren't being seen by as many people because you don't have that free source of publishing and publicity right there. Yeah. You don't have that free source of publicity that thousands of channels are pushing your music all across the world, and then you're going to have to go back and, I mean, obviously they have some publicity themselves, but you're going to have to spend more money to cover the same amount of people that you would have gotten for free had you not shut these artists or these creators down.
You're right. You want me to tell you what's something crazy? You could look at it like at what Metallica did before the whole reaction thing.
The Napster thing?
Napster, LimeWire situation.
Yeah.
I mean, people were just like, look, man, there's some people who can't afford to buy these albums. Like, how is that any different? How is someone downloading from Napster and let's also remember, we've also reacted to a lot of Metallica songs.
Well, I think it's a little different, though, if you think about it, because back then you could just download from Napster and never buy the music, right? But if you hear about an artist for the first time from a reaction channel, you're like, that's going into my playlist. Mm-hmm. You're not putting the reaction channel's video into your playlist. Yeah. You're putting that song into your playlist, and then they get paid off of that.
We're prime examples of it. There's songs that we've done that you guys have told us to check out, that the second we're done with this, I have went straight. I'm like, yep. Yeah. I have a playlist called Reaction Playlist, where it's like, this came from a reaction. This is going to my playlist, and I'm doing it because you guys introduced it.
And we see the comments all the time, like, I didn't know about this band, or I didn't know about this song. That's going into my playlist.
Yeah,
that's money for that label, for that music group, and for the artist that they would not have had before that. So it is going to negatively affect both, and it's going to affect Ren, because his music was mainly spread throughout reaction channels, and if they're all shut down, then he's not going to be getting the publicity that he used to have.
And well, not just that, he's losing his core, the people who lifted him. Like this,
and friends that he's made out of it.
The reaction community has lifted so many of these artists, and a lot of these artists are thankful for that. They're like, man, thank you, dude. I mean, how awesome would it be if every reaction channel reacted to Frozen that we did? That'd be awesome. Yeah. That'd be awesome. It'd be like, man, we ain't gonna be like, we need this. But
no.
It's like you're getting it out to the masses.
No, because our audience would grow instantly if everybody did it.
And man, I salute Ren so much for that. And another thing I F with Ren on, because the dude is, no pun intended, but he is a sick boy. He's got the song "Sick Boy." He's sick on the mic, and he's also going through some health issues. And for him to still go through that when he's going through his own personal things, man, it's like, dude, you got your own life that you need to be worried about. But he's still like, but I would not be who I am if it wasn't for this community. After everything he's going through, man, like the dude takes, man.
Yeah, like I said, he seems like a great dude, and he's fighting for what's right.
Yeah.
And it's only right, and it's only helpful to everyone in the end. Like, we could all be getting paid rather than just a small collection of people getting paid.
So we're giving so many positive examples. There has to be one negative. There has to be one con as to why a record label would not want to do this.
I can't understand it because, like I said, if no one is like, okay, I'm only going to listen to that song on reaction channels. If you like the song... I don't know.
There are some people who want to hear,
if you like the song, let's say, an Eminem drops, or even Marilyn Manson, or, any of these huge artists that put out a new work, Tool, people don't just okay, I'm only going to listen to it on reactions. First of all, they're going to check out the songs by themselves first. So you got that wave of people listening to the music. Then they'll go start looking for reaction channels. But the people who haven't discovered the music yet, they're going to listen to it. And like I said, they're going to put it in their playlist if they vibe with it. I guess maybe you could make the argument that, okay, so they heard it there first when they would have just, listened to the song by itself first and decided whether they like it or not.
Yeah, but you could argue, well, that didn't get it wouldn't have hit their ears if they didn't subscribe to that reaction channel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could be like, oh, I would have never even heard about this.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think the pros are much more than the cons.
So is there not one con? Other than...
No, I'm saying that's the only argument I could see them making, right? Is that, the fans are going to watch it on this reaction channel and then never listen to the real music. But that's not true.
Well, let me ask you this. So we've done so many songs here that we've reacted to that I know me and you both F with. Have you not gone back and watched our reaction to some songs you were like, oh man, that to see your own face of seeing it's like, oh wow. Yeah. Dude,
there's been some for sure.
I have watched our reaction to Descending.
Yeah.
Probably 100 times, dude. Just because that burner, to see, and because I effed with the song so much after hearing it, it's like I want to see my own mind get blowed. So, and it's intriguing to be when I'm like, boom, I'm like, oh, dude, that's what I look like when I discover that. And it does give you a little, and maybe there are some people out there who are watching was like, man, I felt that face he made when that note dropped. I made the same exact face. So there are some people who go back. I'll give you another one. Cradle of Filth, Nymphetamine Fix. When we heard that drop, I was like, and sometimes I'll go back and I'm like, dude, I'm reliving that moment. It's like, dude, my first time hearing this song was captured, and it's like I want to see it. So I will agree on that. That there's
songs that you will only watch reactions
no,
to.
but I won't say only, but I go back to watch it just to see. And maybe we're different because we're actually ours is captured, ours is seeing. But to hear like some like backcountry, hell, I'll give you a Ren example. The one with Chinchilla, Chalk Outlines.
Yeah.
When I first heard that, I'm like, and I'll hear the song, I'll play the song without the reaction. I'm like, damn, such a good song. And then I'll go back and watch. I'm like, man, that was my face when I hear when I watch the song. I'll look at your face. I'm like, damn, that was Smokey's face when he first heard this song. And it's like, I don't know, it's something. It may be different because we're actually the ones reacting to it.
But you still listen to the song,
of course,
outside. So
right.
If we weren't making the videos, then you would never have known that song existed.
That's the point.
So there's, if you've listened to it, you might have watched your own 100 times, but if you listen to the song 20 times, outside of that, there's 20 views that did not exist before reaction
100%.
channels.
And I guess what I'm saying there is because it's capturing our reaction to it. So when it's a song that I'm playing because I've heard it through the Trash Talkers, it's like, damn, I've played this song 10, 15, and then I'll hear it and I'll get goosebumps. And I was like, man, let me see if I still have that same feeling, or what did I look like? What did you look like when you heard that? And it's like, God, of course I'm gonna listen to the song by itself more than what I'm gonna do to our actual reaction. But it is cool to go back sometimes and be like, man, that's what it was like to discover Tool.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many comments we got when people was like, I'm so jealous of you guys, and it makes me feel great to see y'all's face make the same face I made when I first heard Tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cool to see that sometimes.
Is that preventing some of the views that Tool is getting?
Of course.
You think?
Well, I mean, me, one person, probably 5, 10. I've definitely heard Descending more just the song than our reaction. I've probably only watched our reaction.
Well, I'm saying all the people watching the reaction to Descending. Do you think that takes away in the end from how many views the actual video of Descending has?
If anything, I think it adds to it.
I think it adds to it too.
I think it adds to it.
So therefore, what is the music group losing?
I don't know. Ren?
Yeah, because now you have views that you wouldn't have had.
Yeah, and it's almost not only that, but a lot of these things aren't fully monetized. A lot of them are sharing with the band. So even if you do watch the reaction, the band and the label is still getting a cut, just not 100%, but they're still getting something. Maybe
they're looking at it also as, okay, old fans that have been listening to this song for many years, they get that urge, that they get that yearning, that that feeling. They need a fix. They need to hear that song. They turn on YouTube and type in that song, and then they're like, oh, there's a reaction to it. I'm gonna watch the reaction instead of actually just playing the song. Yeah. Maybe they're looking at it that way.
I don't understand why that's a problem.
I don't either, because I think it far outweighs the new viewers that you get to that song. Far outweighs how many people have just rather click on the reaction video instead of the song itself. And again, like I was saying, hell, we see it in the comments every day. Hell, I would argue that's the reason of the majority of the people who watch our videos. It's like, I want to see what these two rappers from Atlanta, Georgia, what they think. How do they feel? Did they make the same expression? Did they do the same move I'm doing? Did they do the same thing when I first heard it? In many cases, people have forgotten about songs until they see it on a reaction channel. And then they're like, well, I forgot that song existed. See, I'll give you a good example. I might have listened to it 100 times in the past. I haven't thought about that song in years. Now I'm going to put it back in my playlist. We did Rick Derringer not too long ago, and a lot of the comments was like, damn, I ain't heard this one in a minute. Exactly. Or when we did Tiffany. I think great. Oh my God, that's a song that's been added into my playlist. I think we're alone now. I love that song. People haven't we cover a lot of songs on here that people have not heard in many years, and now they're back listening to it again. And
we have a team here. You know, shout out to you, Johnny. Johnny, we can't leave you out of this because you are a pivotal trash talker in this as well. Because not only do we look at the comments and get it all from you guys, but Johnny helps with that too. And when you guys give us all these great songs, it's like when we do Spiral Outs, you know, y'all are giving us amazing songs, and me and Smokey do a lot behind the scenes that y'all don't know about. So we do have a team of people that kind of help us out, but the songs that you guys request, man, it's just like, man, y'all should see me. First of all, if y'all know Atlanta, not Atlanta, but if y'all know Atlanta, if y'all seen Hollywood driving down, I think we're alone now, on Candler Road. I mean, I remember driving, where was I at? Damn, where was I? I can't remember where I was, man. I was in the hood, and I played Descending so loud. I'm talking about, man, I just want y'all to just go to like Google Maps and type in Cleveland Avenue. I'm playing people like
MLK Drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thank y'all for that, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for that, dude.
Just Google Mechanicsville.
Google Mechanics. You might
playing Tool in the middle of that.
You might see Smokey driving in his truck playing Amphetamine Fix.
Yeah.
If y'all see
yeah, right there on Google Street View.
Yeah, Google Street.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. I love it, man. I mean, we could sit here and talk about this forever, man. But ultimately, man, to the reaction community out there, man, we are a community. At the end of the day, we are a community, and we have to stick together. We have to, you know, support these artists out there.
Yeah, and we don't want to see other reaction channels lose their channel. I mean, we definitely don't want to lose ours. And like I said, we've been lucky so far. But there are some people in real danger of losing their channels, and we don't want to see them lose their channel. So I mean, if there's anybody listening to this that feels like they can help by writing an email or something, maybe that could help in some way. But yeah, getting the word out there is probably the best thing we can do at this point in time.
Yes, and I would also argue that I'd probably, if I had to guess, I'd say 95% of the reaction community doesn't want all the money. We don't want it. We just want to engage. We want to hear music.
It was never about making the money in the first place.
No.
But the channel itself is kind of a lifeline for so many people.
Yeah.
And we don't want to see people start losing that.
No, we don't. So, guys, thank y'all for rocking with us. Ren, thank you for looking out for the reaction community. And, guys, like Smokey said, man, if there's anything you guys can do to help out in this situation, an email, a text, a tweet, a comment, anything on these reaction channels, just know that we are doing this for you guys, and you guys are helping us do it for you. So, it's a give and take relationship. So, thank y'all for everything, man. By the way, let us know what we do next by anybody. Just leave some good songs, because I want to hear I Think We're Alone Now. I want to hear an Amphetamine Fix. I want to hear Descending. I want to hear High Ren.
I've been hearing Amphetamine Fix in my head ever since you said it.
Damn.
It's playing right now.
Come on, man. I keep forgetting the Baby Metal song.
Oh, Dust Till Dawn.
Dust Till Dawn. Oh, my God.
Man, I'm going through Changes by Black Sabbath.
Black Pearl Jam. Alive Pearl Jam. Maynard's.
Dude, I've been bumping Ozzy's No More Tears.
No More Tears.
I've been bumping the hell out of that.
Man, I'm talking about.
Dude, and with the bass going, it hits.
Dude, there's so many good songs that we could sit here. We should make them. Just, I mean, Avenged Sevenfold. Every Avenged Sevenfold song we've done has been fire, man. Yeah, y'all. You got anything you want to finish it off with, man?
Nah, I guess that's it for this week, man. Just keep fighting the good fight, and we'll be here as long as we can.
Absolutely. Keep fighting the good fight, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this episode of the Trash Talkers Podcast. And with that being said, my name's Ren Is A Hollywood. 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez. Come on.
And we are
over and out. Deuces! Yeah, boy. We'll get through it.